Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. You have probably already noticed that it is thought that precedes action. Even things that you do out of habit are preceded by a thought. You may even have the thought and then decide not to do that thought, and then you'll still do it. Something gets planted by the idea. And remember, thoughts themselves are neutral. They're just like passing clouds. You can act on them or not act on them. You can react to them or not react to them. But what you'll find over time is that a thought will inspire action. And that action will have a certain energy to it. Perhaps you think of doing something and you get excited about it. And then you put into mechanism whatever it takes to bring about that thing. What often happens is you're not sure where the thought came from. Maybe it was just something that was generated from the ego, but it might be a divinely inspired thought. As you proceed to follow that thought and to take action, perhaps you have a desire to go someplace, to eat something, to call someone. What you may find down the road is that what you anticipated would be so much fun or so great has some negative consequences. Maybe it's not as enjoyable as you thought it would be. And very often, when you allow yourself to just be fed thoughts and follow them to actions, they'll be very dissatisfying in the end. You'll find yourself either overwhelmed, anxious, or when you think about your life, depressed. And anxiety and depression are very much on the minds of people nowadays. Worries about the future and evaluations of where they've come and why aren't they farther along? Why does my life look like it looks? And most of this has to do with forgetting who you are. There is something you can do if you find yourself anxious or worried or depressed. And that is to return to the moment. Take a deep breath. Feel your feelings. And just rest there for a little while. In the very moment, there is no anxiety. There might be feelings in the body, but there's no anxiety. That's a mental construct. And in the very moment, there's not depression. There could be sensations, but not depression. That's a mental construct. So in this very moment, when you take a deep breath and you're willing to pause all the activity, you'll find that wherever you are and wherever you've gotten yourself to, following a thought to action, you can quickly return home to the center of yourself, to a place where peace resides. And you can do that at any time, in the midst of happiness, in the midst of frustration. You can take a deep breath and come back to yourself. And this will relieve everything you're concerned about. In addition, one of the most enjoyable things is to get a divinely inspired thought and to follow it, but not to leave the inspiration behind. Many people will get a divinely inspired thought and then mentally say, thanks, I got it. I can take it from here. And from then on, they're no longer in touch with their divinity. They're following an idea, a concept, something that seems good or seems spiritual or seems fun. And then they wonder, why is this not fulfilling down the road? It's because you didn't bring your divinity with you in your consciousness. What you want is to take that divinely inspired thought, let it inspire you to act. And then through the breath, allow yourself to bring your divinity with you. As it turns out, you may change your mind right in the middle of something that seemed like such a great idea. You may realize that this isn't really what you want to do. But you have to make that commitment to be more interested in what the inspiration is than your concept of what it is. And this is where people get in trouble. They forget to bring their holiness with them in their consciousness. Of course, it is who they are. You can't really leave it behind, but you can become unaware of it. And so your actions are no longer led by divinely inspired thought. But if you're willing to pause right in the middle of a good idea or a great action and take in a breath and give thanks for exactly where you are, you'll be guided so that you're way beyond anxiety and depression, and you'll be acting out the fulfillment of your highest desires and in touch with your deepest will for yourself, which is God's will for you. What I'm saying is, bring Holy Spirit with you to all of your happy adventures, all of your ideas, and be willing to change course if you're inspired to do so. Follow through if you're inspired to do so. But bring love of yourself and of others with you on your adventures. And they will be joyous ones. Remember, I am with you always. And I support everything you do. Bring your consciousness of me with you into the world you create. And watch what happens. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.